Some Christian conservatives are worried about the staff of some of the GOP hopefuls in the presidential race. In fact, let me quote raw story here. An evangelical Christian organization has called on right-leaning pastors to, quote, investigate the family and staff of U.S. presidential candidates in order to expose anyone who's secretly gay or who supports LGBT rights. Okay. I'm amused by the idea of Christian conservatives going up to Republicans being like, I need to expose and investigate your staff because I think you might be gay. Okay, the guy leading this movement is David Lane. He's from American Renewal Project. I got fun videos for you guys about him in a second. But first, let's tell you about this danger that they are warning about. They say, as the race begins in the 2016 Republican presidential primary, evangelicals have no choice but to investigate which consultants and operatives are behind each of the candidates. Decisions about personnel provide evidences about policy. So they said, look, man, we got to get serious about this thing because if it turns out their staffers are gay, or they have inclinations we're not familiar with in terms of what they might support, even if they're not gay, well, that could be very problematic. And he points out, remember Ken Mehlman, who led one of Bush's campaigns, turned out to be gay later, and they're like, oh my God, he was the head of the RNC, and he was gay. And then what happened? Nothing happened, but still. And Laura Bush, apparently, after they left office, supported gay rights and even intimated that she might support abortion rights. Okay, now, did that affect policy at all? Not one scintilla. Remember, the Bush campaign ran on anti-gay rights in 2004. That was a huge part of their campaign. It didn't have any policy effect whatsoever. But this guy's saying, no. If we had known back then, Bush might have never become president. Because how dare he know anyone who's gay or anyone who supports gay rights? In fact, he says, a former White House political director, referring to Mehlman, who also served as presidential campaign manager and a Republican Party chairman, announced after he left Washington that he's a homosexual and an advocate for homosexual marriage. Now, he does make one decent point. He says, why didn't he say that when he depicted himself as a family values conservative to win in an election? Well, that point is at least somewhat fair because they do lie about it. Ken Mehlman lied before he outed himself after it was no longer relevant. Now, to me, he should have outed himself earlier just to say, oh, by the way, even though I'm in the middle of running an anti-gay campaign in 2004, I'm gay. That would have been relevant, not just to Christian conservatives, but to all voters, right? Now, that's our only point of agreement. These guys, of course, believe exact opposite of us, that it's horrible if you find out someone is gay and that means that you shouldn't have anything to do with them. Now, just to add some extra fun to this story, we've got videos of these kooks. So let's have a little bit of fun. Let's begin introducing you to these cast of characters.
The main organizer is David Lane.
35 years ago, one of the wildest men that ever lived. I deserved judgment, and I got mercy.
And God's mercy led Lane to this. A movement that mixes faith and politics with the goal of returning this nation back to its original founding principles.
And justice for all.
If the Lord does it, we're going to turn America back to Him and reestablish a Christian culture. Some of these values are going to reign supreme. So my guess is, spiritually speaking, we need mercy, the mercy of God.
I love the beginning of that because he's like, oh, 35 years ago, I just do everything terrible, right? So after you did all that and had all your fun, all of a sudden then you find Jesus, which is fairly convenient, and then try to prevent the rest of us from having fun. That's terrific. Thanks a lot, Mr. Pastors and Pews. What a disastrous name if you ask me. Hi, I'm part of Pastors and Pews. Okay, more from these kooks.
I just think we have to make people aware, you know, and bring the Bible back into the school and start teaching our kids at a younger age and, you know, focus on the younger generation.
They're being taught the other ideas, the gay agenda every day out in the world. So we have to stand up and explain to them that that's not real and that's not proper, it's not right.
No, every day they've been taught the gay agenda. Okay, and listen, all we say is if you're gay, you should have the same rights as every other American. Nobody's going around saying like, hey, Bobby, psst, come over here. You Check out what these gays are doing. Who's saying that, man? Nobody's encouraging anybody to be gay or straight or anything else. No, that's what you guys do. No, you got to be homosexual. That's what, I mean, when 35 years ago I was doing something else. Okay, but today, no, you can't be gay. No, we don't do that. We say whoever you are. That's fine. We don't encourage it in any direction. Can you imagine, like, trying to take a straight person and be like, no, really, you got to be gay, dude. Dude, you got to try it. Dude. Nobody does that. Okay, more from these clowns.
Due to events over the last 50 years that have taken aim at Christian principles. Example, 1963, public school prayer, gone. The legalization of abortion a decade later. And now what seems like the cultural acceptance of homosexual marriage.
I'm telling y'all, this is breaking my heart. This is serious stuff. And our Lord is fixing to look at the Father, and he's finna say, America will not do. They're just not gonna get it.
What was that? That's the straight guy, right? That's what I'm given to believe. The Lord fixing to look at the Father. What are you crying over, man? Grow up. Everything's gonna be. And then I saw a gay dude, and then the Lord fixed me out. Dude, straighten up, man. Straighten up, okay? That's okay. Whether you're gay or straight, be a man, okay? Don't cry in front of everybody. And they're like, no, the Lord gonna do this, the Lord gonna do. Okay, then he's gonna do it. Just calm down and move on with your life. And guys, get out of our lives, man. Go live for your own life. Wouldn't that be amazing? If God gave you life, you went out there and actually lived it instead of worrying about what Steve's up to and Bob is up to. Now I got fun that they're having over there. God, what did why you didn't let me have that fun, my dear?